is what you're made of. You are perfect and pure, even if you're not sure. It's what you're made of. L-O-V-E, love.
It's great to be back here among you guys. But I have to say, there's nothing like spending 4 days with a 6-month-old baby. I didn't think about you once. I didn't think about anything else. I didn't know there was a world outside of those precious eyes and that wonderful little smile, and it just includes everything. Like the whole world is right there, the whole universe, and you don't really need anything else. And I don't know why we invented that there is something else besides that kind of love and that kind of connection. And Lily and I, as you know, we went to California, spent some time with my daughter and our granddaughter and her husband, and not my granddaughter's husband, my daughter's husband. But oh my God, it was just amazing, and it was in the 90s. I know. So, and some of you were in Florida, so I know what it's like now. But I'm not going to move to California just yet. No, I'm not going to move as long as we have this place. I'm not going anywhere. As long as I have you. Because we've created something here. We've created a lighthouse. I watched Adam's talk last week. It was quite good, wasn't it? That was a really good talk. And he talked about fanning the flames of the spiritual fire within. And he had this vision of a lighthouse, and people entered the lighthouse, and they all entered, and it got brighter as more people came in. And he was like the fire tender of that particular group. And I feel like I'm the fire tender, and just fanning the flames of your spiritual fire. And I want to get you going. I want your spiritual fire burning bright and staying in that energy of love that when you're a baby, that's all you know. You don't really consider, a world outside of who and what you are. And I could relate to that story, not just about the lighthouse, because I'm obsessed with lighthouses. I love photographing lighthouses. I love visiting lighthouses. I have a painting that I've had since I was a teenager of a lighthouse painted by a local artist, and I brought with me wherever I go. It's always in my bedroom, no matter where I've been for the past 30 years, or the past 10 years. No, I was a teenager a long time ago. But not only that, back, 1999 or something, I used to take part in fire walks here on the Cape. In West Falmouth, we had fire walks. Yeah, and I was the fire tender. That was my job, was to build this big fire while the facilitator was helping everyone to get in the energy of being ready to walk across the coals. I was preparing the fire and raking out the coals and preparing the bed of coals to walk across. And I was always the first one to go across. Once they were ready, I would signify that the fire was ready by walking across the fire. And the very first time I did it, I actually was playing my flute. I had a flute that I played while people came to the fire. And then I started walking across, and I found myself dancing in the middle of the fire. I didn't want to get out of the fire. And everybody was like, well, it's our turn, isn't it? Like, they were watching, like, what's going on here? Aren't you just supposed to walk across it? But I was in this spiritual state where I felt like I could stay there a long time, and I wasn't burning my feet at all. So I danced around in the fire for a while and then went across. But that was my job. At all the fire walks that we had, my job was to tend the fire and be the first one to walk across so that everybody knew it was safe to walk across the fire without burning your feet. The facilitator helped them, of course, to get them in the energy, which was up here. Because if you're up here, you're bringing your feet up into the light, into that energy, and the fire is just neutral. It's not hot or cold. It's neutral. You're meeting. There's always. I just have to talk about this for 1 second. There's always an electromagnetic charge between everything. Nothing actually touches anything in the physical universe anyway. Did you know that? There's always a charge between things. There's always energy. And when you build up that energy between you and the fire, you can't get burned. It's impossible. Because you've created an energetic field around you. And this is how healing works and protection. And I use it all the time. Believe me, when you're in Los Angeles, you need to put that energy around your car. There are 6 or 7 lanes of people driving in all different directions and different speeds. And the GPS is good. It tells you where you're going, but it doesn't tell you, watch out for that crazy guy on your right. Watch out for that, Lamborghini going 90 miles an hour on your left. It just doesn't tell you all those things. So anyway, that's what I learned to do from the fire walks, was create an energy around me that created safety and protection. And we do that on Thursday night. We pray for a lot of people, and we always surround them with protection and safety because it works. That energy of your mind can transfer to anything you see or think of. And when you think of your friends and you are in prayer for their healing, that's what you're doing. That's the action that you're performing. You're creating an energetic field around them that heals and that protects and that comforts and that acknowledges our oneness, because the same energy that's in me and around me is in you and around you. It's the same energy. It's like the ocean. I always was fascinated that you could put something in the ocean on Cape Cod, and in a little while it would be down the coast. It could be in Florida in a few weeks, or it could go across the ocean and be in Europe or in Africa, or the ocean's all connected. So I always thought, if I dip my toes in the ocean on the East Coast, I'm touching every shore in the whole world. That's the easy way to travel to Hawaii. And the least expensive. And so whenever I would go anywhere where there's a coastline, the first thing I do is go and put my feet in the water. And I feel that connection to all the people of all the world, all the countries, all the shorelines, all the beaches, and all of the creatures in the ocean as well. And so this is what I want to talk about today, is that it's Palm Sunday, and of course, what we want to talk about is going into the new Jerusalem of your mind. You're entering the holy city of higher consciousness. That's just like the ocean. When you step into that city of higher consciousness, you're touching everyone in your mind. You're entering into that field that I talked about, that I learned about through the fire walks. You're entering into that field of energy. Now, the palms represent something. They represent spiritual strength, manifestations of spiritual strength. So just as the fire walks, as I was a guide for people to enter the fire and actually walk across those hot coals without burning their feet, perhaps this is a process that we can take today to find the spiritual strength within us. The spiritual strength you didn't even know you had. I didn't know I had the spiritual strength to walk across fire. Many of you are still doubting that it's true. So just don't you wish it were true? That you could walk across the fire? John knows because he's been doing it. He's done it in the past. So we can do that in our life. We can walk across the fires of division, the fires of the appearance of wars, the fires of the destruction and the hate that's going on. Yes, it's very disturbing. And yes, we can stand up and we can peacefully walk across those fires. Millions and millions of people in this country and around the world walked across those fires peacefully yesterday, saying, I can live in a different world. That's the world that I demand, is the world that acknowledges the humanity of every individual. Amen? Amen. Amen. So, guiding people along the spiritual journey, it's part of my song. It's part of how I sing my song in life. Adam also was talking about what is your song? What is yours to do? What is your song? Are you singing your song? This is part of my song, is spiritually guiding people to come into your highest good, to be the greatest expression of your loving self in this life. Everyone has special talents in this life. Every one of you has a song within you. That's the title of this message. What is your song? Every one of you has a song. And then I know you've been singing it in certain ways, but I think it's time that you really bring that song to the world. Don't be afraid to sing it. Because your song is just for you. Nobody else can sing it. I was listening to Stowe Good. Stowe Daly, had an incredible experience in her life where she's a cancer survivor, and when she was going through the cancer treatment, someone said to her, "Don't die with your songs, your music still inside you." Like the world needs that. The world needs you. And I want to say that to you today. Don't die spiritually and become complacent to this world of illusion with your music still inside you. There's so much more for you to do and to express. Don't let that music inside you be covered up, because you are the light of the world. Let that big, huge light inside you shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Don't hide it under a bushel of fear and confusion. You have special talents. Every one of you has a song to sing, a gift to give to the world. Whether it's a gift of music or some other divine inspiration, you have something inside you that's important to the whole. It's important. You are important to the whole. And this is Palm Sunday. So this is the Sunday we celebrate the beginning of Holy Week, the entrance of Jesus into that holy city of Jerusalem. But your journey is just as important. And of course, in Unity, we look at the journey that Jesus took as a symbol of our own journey of spiritual awakening. And you know, I've been studying the Course in Miracles for many years. It says, just skip the crucifixion part. You can skip that part. Most people don't. But you can, if you want to. If you choose to, you can skip that part of crucifixion. It's not necessary. No, it's not. We choose it sometimes because that's what the world demands. But we are at a place of shift in the consciousness of humanity where we can skip all that pain and suffering and attack and defense and all this, the old way of thinking, which all stems from separation. You can skip that part. Today we're going to enter the holy city of our own higher consciousness. I want you to do that today. Enter the holy city within you, your own higher consciousness. Find your own unique spiritual song and move towards your own spiritual resurrection. Now, we use palms as a foundation. They laid palms on the path before Jesus. We use palms as a foundation to travel on as we enter what is called in the New Testament the New Jerusalem, the realm of Christ consciousness. This is where we are all joined as awakened beings. We are all joined as spiritual masters in a realm of pure light and love. This is the realm we've always referred to as heaven. But it's a realm of consciousness. Now, the palms which were laid before Jesus on the path when he entered the holy city represent, metaphysically for us, expressions of the power of spiritual strength. That's one of the 12 powers, strength, spiritual strength. And I believe it's no accident that that's what we need right now as human beings, spiritual strength. Physical strength isn't going to do it. We need to have that inner strength. We need strength in order to complete our journey to the full realization of our divine nature. It's not ordinary human strength. We need spirit strength. And we have it. We just have to tune into it. We have to choose to tap into it. We need strength. And we all have it within us. We all have that strength within us. It's always there. We just need to activate it and then trust it. We are so much more powerful and beautiful than we think. We are so much more powerful than all the guns and all the bombs and all the armies and all the politicians and all the crap of this world. But that's what it is. It's just complete and utter nonsense that we would attack and kill another human being or another animal for that fact. No. The Fillmores did not believe in killing or eating the flesh of animals. They did not believe in humans killing other humans for any reason whatsoever. And I don't either. And I believe that I can walk across that fire very easily now. At first, maybe it took a few, get your consciousness up here, because when you look down, it's like looking down from a high place. You go, oh. I used to be up on ladders. 30 years of my life I spent up way high on ladders. When I painted houses, they always gave me the highest places because I seemed most comfortable up there than anybody else. And I did a lot of roofing and things like that. When you're up high, you can't just look down and you lose your balance. You focus on what you're doing. And I always focused on the hand that was holding on. But if I knew that hand was strong, I could go anywhere I want. It doesn't bother me to be up high because I know that I'm locked in. When you're locked into spirit, you can go really high in your consciousness. When you're locked into spirit, you can do things that you never thought possible. You can manifest amazing abundance for yourself. You can heal other bodies and your own body. You can create a world of light and love around you that you never thought possible. You can reimagine your life. You can reimagine. So we all have that strength. We need to activate it. We need to trust it. And we need to sing our song. We need to sing our particular song. I remember there's a tribe in Africa where when a woman gets pregnant, she goes off and she meditates and she sits and listens to the baby. She listens for that song. When she learns the song of the baby, when that baby tells her what his or her song is, she waits until that baby's born. And when that baby is born, she sings that song to the baby. And she teaches everyone in the room that song. And they teach each other that song. And so the whole village knows the song of each person. Everyone in the community knows your song. And the mother sings the song to the baby so that child knows its song. And if that child should ever fall into anger or dishonesty or treat another member of the community meanly or with violence of any kind, the members of the community gather together. They place that individual in the center of the circle and they sing the song back to that person, to that child, that teenager, or even adult. Because they believe that the only reason they acted out of meanness or violence of any kind was because they forgot their song. They forgot who they were. And they just needed a reminder. They needed to be reminded of their song. It's such an amazing example of what we need to do for each other is just remind one another of who we truly are. That we are spiritual beings, that we are beautiful and powerful. Keep reminding each other and helping to sing that song. When any one of us forgets that song, we need to sing it for one another. They forgot their inner song. They just forgot essentially who they were when they were acting out. And they only needed to remember who they were in order to be healed. I love that. So just for a moment, what is your song? What is your song within? How are you singing it? Do you remember? Can you hear it? Can you hear your song now? It's singing to you from all of us and from the universe. It's calling you back to the remembrance of who you are. So remember, when you come in this place, we're going to be singing your song until you remember who you are. And you're going to be singing the song for everyone else till they remember who they are. That's why we're here, is to remember our song, to remember what is ours to do, to be at peace, and to be in love, and to be here now. I love you.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass. And visit us online at unityonCapeCod.org. This video was made possible in part through a grant from Unity Worldwide Ministries and the Templeton Foundation.